The Thanksgiving table was a battlefield, and not the kind Gojo was used to dominating. No cursed spirits, no domain expansions, just the raw, unfiltered chaos of political debate. Everyone had gathered, lured by Gojo's promise of turkey, pie, and peace, but nobody bought into that last one. It was all a trap, much like Gojo himself, whose dazzling charisma masked an agenda sharper than any cursed tool. Gojo, glowing in his maternity chic sweater, draped himself dramatically across his chair at the head of the table, one hand resting on his slightly bloated belly. "Let's talk politics," he purred, reaching for a non-alcoholic cider. "God, no," Megumi muttered, reaching for the cranberry sauce. "I'm serious," Gojo said, his grin widening. "I'm pregnant, Megumi, and it's Thanksgiving. You owe me this." "Why do you keep bringing up your pregnancy?" Megumi asked, exasperated. "Because it's a miracle," Gojo replied, fluttering his eyelashes. "A1 in a million feet of biology, sorcery, and slut energy. And yet there are people in this room," he shot a pointed look at Nobara, Nanami, and Panda, "who voted for Trump, who would force me to carry this baby even if I didn't want it." "You want it though," Megumi yelled, slamming his fork down. "That's not the point," Gojo snapped back. Meanwhile, Sukuna, occupying Yuji's body for the evening, was already 3 glasses of wine deep and chuckling darkly to himself. "This is going to be fun. Can we please get back to the real issue?" Jago growled, slamming his molten hand on the table. "Curse immigration is out of control. Camilla's policies are bringing in all these foreign curses, and they're taking jobs from us." "You're a volcano with legs," Sukuna sneered, swirling his wine glass lazily. "Nobody wants your job, Jago." "That's rich coming from the king of curses," Jago shot back. "If Kamala keeps letting these scrappy, low-grade curses run rampant, we'll have no ecosystem left. Trump would have sealed those borders with an impenetrable cursed barrier. They're sneaking into our schools." Gojo gasped dramatically. "The curses are in the schools. Think of the children." "Oh wait, you don't care about the children because you voted for Trump." He wagged his finger at Jago. "Fascist." "Speaking of freeloaders," Nobara cut in, glaring at Gojo, "let's talk about your precious welfare programs. You Kamala voters just love handing out money to people who don't work for it." "You mean people burdened by curses," Megumi corrected, glaring back. "Like victims who can't go back to their jobs because they've been physically or emotionally scarred? Or families that lost everything when curses wrecked their homes? They should get a job," Nobara snapped. "Do you hear yourself?" Megumi asked. "Would you tell a cursed spirit victim to just grind harder?" "I mean, yes," Sukuna said, leaning back with a smirk, his wine glass dangling precariously in his hand. "Survival of the fittest. I don't see the issue." "The real issue," Nanami interjected, cutting into his turkey with the precision of a surgeon, "is inflation. Ever since Kamala took office, the price of cursed tools has skyrocketed. Your average sorcerer can't even afford a decent blade." "Maybe you're all weaklings relying on tools because you can't cut it in the field," Sukuna replied lazily. "Maybe I'm the only one here who works a real job," Nanami snapped back. "I work," Gojo chimed in, popping a grape into his mouth. "You're literally a government-funded walking weapon," Nanami replied. "You're the reason we need welfare reform." Gojo slammed his cider down, startling everyone. "You're all missing the point," he yelled, standing and gesturing to his baby bump. "The real issue here is bodily autonomy. As the strongest and as a total slut, I demand the right to abortion care whenever I want." "You don't even need an abortion," Nobara shot back. "But what if I did?" Gojo argued. "It's the principle. What if I didn't want this baby? What if I didn't know who the father was?" He paused dramatically. "What if it was Sukuna's?" The room fell silent. "I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole," Sukuna said, his face flushed from the wine. "Don't lie," Gojo teased, winking. Megumi buried his face in his hands. By the time dessert rolled around, the table was a full-blown war zone. Gojo was sobbing into his pumpkin pie about how hard it was to be a pregnant icon in a patriarchal society. Sukuna was trying to curse Jago into silence while gesturing wildly with his wine glass. Nobara and Megumi were in a heated debate about the ethics of universal basic cursed tools. Nanami quietly finished his meal, muttering about how this was why he hated holidays. Panda, in a final act of desperation, yelled, "Can we just be thankful for something?" "I'm thankful I'm hot," Gojo declared. "I'm thankful I'm strong," Sukuna added, spilling his wine. "I'm thankful we don't let Yuji vote," Megumi muttered, and for once, everyone nodded in agreement. As they reluctantly resumed eating, one thing was clear: even in a world full of curses, no spell was strong enough to fix Thanksgiving dinner.